My real name is Jacoby, but I've always gone by Coby, and that's a...
Hold it higher.
Oh, no chords. This is like not wearing a condom for the first time. So, no stand. This is like anal for the first time. Oh my God. So many firsts tonight. This is incredible. All right. Oh, a new stand. This is like the second time you get married because it's harder. Okay. Move on to the jokes. That was all part of the bit. I'm just saying, y'all know. So like I was saying, my real name is Jacoby, but I've always gone by Coby. And that's a really tough name to have when you're 5'11" and you look like this. Like, if anything, I look like Shia LaBeouf. If he was Jewish, like a Shiva LaBeouf. Or sometimes it gets really humid outside and my hair will poof out and I look like Lord Farquaad. If he was an immigrant. So we're a couple months into the new year. Has anybody given up on their New Year's resolutions yet?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of y'all? Okay. The rest of y'all just a room full of champions? All right, that's nice. My New Year's resolution was to not have my name released on the Epstein flight logs. I'm not that worried about it personally. I've got great attorneys, but have y'all seen some of the names on this list? You've got the obvious ones like Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew. But Stephen Hawking? I mean, talk about a sleeper pick. Who's next? Kermit the Frog? Of course, at that point, he'd go by his street name, Kermit the Dog. Come on, give it, yep. But can y'all imagine the emotions going through Stephen Hawking's mind when he first stepped foot on that island? Well, maybe not step foot, but when he rolled up on that island, I bet he nearly fell out of his chair with excitement. The man was one of the top minds of his generation. He literally created a theory of everything. And I personally have a few theories of everything he was doing on that island. And it wasn't snorkeling, no. But the fact that Hot Wheel Hawking was such a frequent flyer, to me, it says a lot about Epstein, because like we can all agree that Epstein's a bad guy, right? But the fact that his island was wheelchair accessible? I mean, I feel like we gotta give credit where credit's due. I'm not even sure the US Capitol's ADA compliant. I thought the only difference between the US Capitol and Epstein's island was, well, one's for minor invasions and the other's for invading minors, but I guess I'll add handicap parking to that list. And look, I'm used to seeing Jeffy Bear with models, but seeing him as a model for inclusivity? Not on my 2024 bingo card. My wife, she absolutely hates that bit, but we move on, right? I do love my wife. I got married really young, which is not really the trendy thing here in Los Angeles, but I actually recommend getting married really young, especially if you love living a life of regret. No, my wife's the best. Now, you two together? No? No, I know you're not. Yeah, that was a dumb question to ask. That's tough. But, you know, marriage, it's not always 50-50, right? You know, we try to split things up, like she'll do the cooking and I'll do the dishes, but the problem is she cooks like she doesn't do the dishes. Like, I'm no expert, but using, I don't know, 3 cutting boards, 2 bowls, and a blender to make PB&Js seems a little excessive. And, you know, she's incredible, but nobody's perfect. Her beige flag would be her movie watching etiquette. Like, we'll be watching a movie together for the first time, and they'll introduce a new character, and immediately, without hesitation, she will turn to me and go, "Who's that?" As if I read the script beforehand. Because apparently when I'm not spending time with her or doing my day job or not using the mic correctly. I'm greenlighting scripts for Christopher Nolan. And even watching television can be a struggle sometimes because, like many of you, she likes to be on her phone when she watches TV, and which is totally fine as long as the plot line isn't any more complex than something other than, I don't know, Love Island. I remember we were watching The White Lotus recently, and about halfway through the first season, she looked up from TikTok and goes, "I don't really understand what's going on." And I sympathize with her, I really do. I too wouldn't know what was going on if I wasn't watching the television show. I mean, it's like taking Helen Keller to Coachella. Of course she's gonna have questions. She too doesn't know what's going on. You guys have been great, thank you so much. I'm Coby Talley.